Hi, everybody. This is Aaron Kasnitz, the Baltimore Ravens beat reporter for PennLive.com and the Harrisburg Patriot News. Since today is Friday, in today's video, I thought we would look back at some news stories that have sort of popped up, or some offbeat stories that have popped up around Ravens players and coaches over the past week, because, in coming weeks, it's not going to be as boring. There's going to be more stuff going on in Ravens land. Next week is the NFL scouting combine, so most of the NFL executives and coaches and agents all descend on Indianapolis to scout draft prospects and talk with them, that sort of thing. The franchise tag window opens next week, which means we might see what happens with Matthew Judon sooner rather than later. A couple weeks after that, we got free agency, where the Ravens can start making moves. So this week, there's still not too much going on, so we could do some, people were writing and reporting about things that weren't necessarily straight up football. So one of the things is Ravens starting left guard Bradley Bozeman, second-year player, started all 16 games. He and his wife are on a cross-country road trip, and they're going around and they're doing anti-bullying presentations to kids in schools and kids in community centers all across the country. They're taking an RV, and they stopped in Amarillo, Texas, this week, and at the Big Texas Steak Ranch, Bradley Bozeman decided to try and conquer a 72-ounce steak eating challenge. He ate the whole 72-ounce steak, so good for him. It's a famous challenge out there in Texas. Seems like his road trip is going well. That's one interesting thing that happened with the Ravens this week. Another interesting thing is Lamar Jackson, the guy who Bradley Bozeman is protecting. His game-worn jersey and helmet, a game-worn jersey and helmet from this year, is being shipped to Canton, Ohio, in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame announced that this week and said they're getting some of Jackson's gear. They're going to put it on display in a section of the Pro Football Hall of Fame that commemorates modern football. And they're going to put it on display and talk about, Lamar Jackson's record-breaking MVP season this past year. Obviously, Lamar Jackson hopes one day, maybe after a 15 or 20-year career, to end up enshrined in Canton in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. For right now, he'll have to, settle for having his jersey and his helmet there on display. And then the last thing that's just kind of interesting note, not quite as fun, but John Harbaugh, the Baltimore Ravens head coach and the reigning NFL Coach of the Year, will not be able to make the combine because he recently had surgery on his knee. ESPN's Jamison Hensley was first to report this. If you watch games or even like press conferences and stuff really closely last year, Harbaugh had a little bit of a limp. He's been dealing with that. Surgery was something on his knee that he was planning for. He'll have to do his work and his scouting work from home or from the facility because he's not going to travel to Indianapolis, but he should be back and ready to go, walk around and do all that stuff shortly thereafter. So it shouldn't be too long of a recovery, but Harbaugh will not make it to Indianapolis. So General Manager Eric DeCosta will be the main representative for the Ravens who is speaking at the event. So that's a wrap up of Ravens news. Next week we'll have a little bit of analysis for you on some draft prospects that you could watch the scouting combine and some other stuff with the NFL offseason ramping up. Hope to see you guys then.